I guess being a snake in a car, although not an everyday occurrence in Australia, it's probably one of those things that, you think, oh yeah, if that's going to happen, it's probably going to happen in Australia. So that was probably what I was thinking, yeah. Well, it's an interesting story. I went out to take photos of other very unrelated things, and when I got back to my car, someone had left me a note telling me there's a snake in the car, or we'd seen a snake go towards the car, and I thought, you know what, I probably need to check this out before I start driving anywhere. So I looked inside the car, I looked underneath the car, and in the end, last place I thought, well, maybe I'll pop the bonnet and there it was. I kind of do. I mean, it was a happy circumstance. And those little splashes of red, the black snake with all the sort of snake-like tubing in the engine, I think it all just sort of came together very serendipitously. So after I had taken a couple of photos of the snake, called up a snake catcher, and he came and basically prodded the snake with a stick for about an hour until eventually he managed to get the thing out of there. It's really noticeable. I think there's a very strong sort of aesthetic about Australian photographs that you can just, like, you look at a photograph and you can really tell this is a representation of Australian life, as opposed to, American photographs have got a very noticeable aesthetic, or European photographs. So I think it's hard to describe what it is, like what tangible factor it is, and I don't know that I'd be able to, but I think definitely looking around at all the photographs here, you can just sense there's an Australianness about them, even when it's not like in your face. To be honest, I very rarely print my work. This is probably the first time I've had something done in this size. I look at a lot of printed photographic works and a lot of photo books and that sort of thing, but and that's kind of what I try and work towards generally. But yeah, seeing it on this scale and seeing all the other works here on this scale, it's really sort of pushed me into thinking, you know what, I need to get more of these things done.